champ is here! The champ is here!
Hey, what's up guys? So, thanks for coming back to S.O.S. Look, I've been playing around with some features when it comes to exporting on Premiere Pro, and I've found some differences and some new found excitement when it comes to color grading. I usually hated it and didn't really mess with it, and I thought the Canon camera, the picture film coming out of the camera was really good, but I never really touched Lumetri. I just left it how it was. And now that I'm seeing how important color correction is in post, it really does transform your entire project. So it's something that you want to learn to do and learn to love. If you hate it, learn to love it. But I did a quick tutorial based on taking the image right out of this camera, the Canon 1D EOS 1DX Mark II, and I wanted to shoot in 1080p at true 24 frames a second. And what I really wanted to do was compare the image out of the camera with slight color correction added with a LUT that I want to use, and basically comparing the exports of that master file. I export one in H.264 and how I would normally upload to YouTube with a standard file like that, at its maximum depth and maximum bit rate that I can get for that for the quality of that film, versus the ProRes export on maximum quality rendering. All right, so the tutorial was helpful. Let's go ahead and just take a look. What we're doing here is we're taking actual log image or C-log image from the Canon 1DX. Now this is not a LUT put on after the fact, it was imported into the camera. We do a C-log type of picture profile setting. So infamous C-log on the left, what we started with right out of the camera. And basically what I wanted to do with this was test this, find out what image, after doing some light color grading, the light color grading here on the right image didn't do much, stayed right here in the basic correction. And before I put on the LUT, went ahead and did some very minor color grading, if any. All that color grading. Didn't touch the saturation. Kind of wanted it to just kind of stay as normal as possible. So minus the few that you can, or the couple that you can turn the blacks down and exposure up 0.6. Like so. Besides those, all we did was put on the LUT to the C-log footage on the left. And what I wanted to do was I wanted to compare encoding this with ProRes and then compare it just using the .mov and exporting to H.264 we would normally do for YouTube. One of the issues that I was having was that it seemed like when you did playback, when you do playback of ProRes footage, it gives you lots of artifact. Frustrating, but we're going to talk about that. We're going to talk about if I can get both the working earlier. Now when I show you this, all right, let me get you over comparison. Now, mind you, the ProRes is on the left and the H.264 file is on the right. Now, mind you, this is before anything hits YouTube or YouTube does its own compression. Pretty much does what it does to the video. It will have a final rendering difference even from this, put it into YouTube, for example. But as you can see, you will see artifacts on the ProRes, but what I've just confirmed is that when you upload the ProRes file to YouTube, it honestly and it has absolutely none of these artifacts in the video, which I was shocked. I'm guessing this is just an issue from trying to play a ProRes file on Windows. You're not supposed to be able to do. But using the VLC player, you can, but it's going to show artifacts. But fortunately, it doesn't actually mess with the file. Did it on YouTube. There are no artifacts on the video at all. So with the LUT that we used, which one do you feel is better? Do you feel straight out of the camera, slight tweaks and a LUT from the 1DX, minimal work, shooting on C-Log? Feel like that's better than doing all your tweaks to your color grading, adding your LUT, and then exporting the ProRes. Exporting to that ProRes H gives an advantage in the color. For me, it's hard. It's really, really hard to tell. It's kind of hard to tell. You know, it's annoying with the artifacts, but when I saw it, when I saw a sample, when I put a private sample up on YouTube, the difference, they honestly both look good, but I can see where people are leaning towards, you know, that ProRes. It looks really, really good. Now I know with the 1DX, using like Atomos recorder does not necessarily enhance your footage, but I think this is more of a flavor profile. Like flavor, which flavor do you prefer? You just prefer the H.264 codec and how it processes colors, or do you like how ProRes processes the colors? I really like the look of ProRes. Now, I don't know if I like it enough to get it for the 1DX, because like I said, it's not going to actually enhance the video of the 1DX, but it will put it in ProRes directly from the camera. Now, to me, in my opinion, I feel like there's no point in getting one. There's like no point in getting an Atomos, because it's not really recording out of the camera. Like, I don't know, maybe I'm wrong because I've never tried it, but I don't feel like it's actually even recording out of the camera in ProRes. Could be wrong. I just don't feel like it does that plugging into the 1DX. I know it's supposed to work that way. I don't feel like it actually does. I could be wrong though. Other than that, I feel like the monitor is basically just for tweaking things on the monitor before you record it in ProRes. You can kind of get everything the way you want it before you record it, and then once you get it on Premiere, Final Cut Pro, you don't really have much to do as far as color grading. That's the only benefit I see to getting one of those Atomoses, but Atomos with my GH5 and G4, that's another story. So if I got a monitor, I could see myself using it more with GH5 and GH4 over working with it for the 1DX, because using this method by just coding in ProRes after the fact, I feel like pretty good example of what you could expect with the monitor instead. Well, I don't know. I could be wrong in my example or my opinion. If I am, I would like to know. But what do you guys think? Minus the artifacts that you're seeing on playback, once you see this thing on the YouTube, it's completely flawless. There's nothing wrong with the file. It just has a playback error on Windows. Tried everything to update everything be able to play it. Now, if you use the latest VLC build, which is like version 3.06, it will not allow you to play back ProRes files. You have to go and look for the VLC player 2.00 to be able to play back ProRes files. And this is deal with when doing it. Sometimes it will artifact, sometimes it won't. You can see right now though, it looks really, really good when it's not artifact. Like, I really dig the look. Really super cool. Anyways, let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. Comment so we can have a conversation about this stuff. I think it's really, really interesting. And yeah, that's just my take. Tell me what you guys think. All right, now that you guys have taken a look at the tutorial, how do you feel about it? I was actually pretty surprised pleasantly with the ProRes, and I had been racking up in my head like, how I want a Ninja recorder, external recorder, an Atomos recorder, but I was like, will it actually help me, or is it just going to be kind of like a waste of money? I'm still a little on the fence about it. I actually am very surprised with the ProRes. I like it slightly better over just the regular, .mov file coming out of the camera. I feel like they're very, very similar, that you can go with either or. But the one advantage that ProRes does have that I had was that using it in a workflow is much easier on the system than using the .mov files right off the camera. Like when you're playing back and you're playing through your timeline, it's just more smoother and better to work with, in my opinion. ProRes looks good. I don't know if what I'm seeing using this method is not as good as using the actual Atomos recorder. I'm not really sure. What I've heard is that basically using the recorder is not going to increase the quality of your film, but you'll be able to tinker with levels and stuff like that while on the monitor directly from the camera going into that recorder before you actually record it. I know I said record a lot. Sorry. But does this improve the quality of the film? Personally, I think it slightly does. I don't know if it's worth the effort to go and do extra work in the workflow just to get the ProRes. I don't know. But considering that I'm small right now and nobody's really paying attention, I think that I will spend that extra time going that extra mile just to try to squeeze every last bit of quality that I can. That's what we're all really trying to do in terms of making our content better, having better visuals, better audio. We're always constantly, as YouTubers, trying to tweak the untweakable. So, it is what it is. I don't know. You guys tell me. And again, this is testing everything out with the Godox SL 60 watt, and it's pretty cool. I think right now I got it at, where is my remote? Right now, there we go. Can you see that? Right now it's at 25%, and I feel like the light's pretty good. It's raining terribly outside, so there's not much outside light source. You see them in the window back here. Barely any light coming through, and it's really just this softbox. So, and that's at 25%. So I feel like that's really good. I'll give it a quick turn up here. We'll go to 50%. And that's 50%, and that's good enough for me, man. Sorry, I keep looking at the monitor, but yeah, definitely really cool, really good. And yeah, how do you guys feel about the tutorial? How did you feel about the two files? Do you feel like there's enough comparison or enough of an advantage in one over the other, vice versa? Let me know in the comment section. Make sure you like and subscribe, and I will catch you guys in the next video. Peace.
Don't you know a way to swim? Can't you feel the waves come crash?